Well, so it's happened. Women in the workplace. Why do they always f it up? Are they saboteurs? I mean, the Bud Light woman. Did she want to wreck Bud Light? I have trouble believing that.
I think she's just in a weird little bubble.
Yeah, here's what I think, right? You get put in somewhere where you don't belong. Like, say I'm the road manager for Metallica. I've never done that before, tour managing. I don't know what their guarantees are. How do I get the money? I'm out of my league. So you can kind of go two ways with that. You can go, can you guys help me out here? I've never done tour managing before. How much do they get? Do they get a cash payment? How does it work here? Is it wired? Is the money wired to their account? How do we pay the roadies? You could be that. That's what I would recommend you do if you want to survive and you want Metallica to have a good tour. Or you can mask it with hubris. I'm doing a different type of tour managing. I want all the money in cash. And the roadies, they get paid at the end of the tour. And they invoice me. So now I've hid my incompetence with this arrogance that I'm reinventing the wheel. You know, we used to do it when we got jobs as bartenders. First few times I did it, it's really hard, by the way. I wouldn't know what the I was doing. So they'd be like, can I get a screwdriver? And I go, well, we used to make it differently at my bar. We would use gin. Well, how do you usually have it? And they're like, what? Vodka, rum, blah, blah, da, 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 da. That would be the recipe. I'd go, okay, we'll do it your way. I used to work at a weird place. Meanwhile, this was my first day on the job. So you're bullshit. As my dad always used to say, bullshit beats brains, my boy. So they started a whole ritual a few years ago at the Louvre where they weren't just hiring a couple of broads. They were talking about the feminization of the Louvre. Radical feminist ideology. We want to womanify it, which really just means wreck it. So I don't think it's wrecked on purpose. I think they're just out of their breath and they're tour managing Metallica. So I don't think the Bud Light woman realized she was going to destroy Bud Light with that Dylan Mulvaney thing. I know you guys think that, and I differ with a lot of people when it comes to retarded or evil. I'm more of a retarded. Oh, wait, are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
Oh, so that's a bad word.
Oh, we're not on YouTube, though.
Oh, okay. Why not?
You want me to go on YouTube? We can do that.
Well, aren't we supposed to?
We're live now.
Okay, so we're live now. I guess we're live on YouTube?
Yep.
Hello, welcome to the show. We were just talking about women in the workforce and how they mask their incompetence with hubris. I don't think they're malicious saboteurs. I don't think that the woman who got Dylan Mulvaney to destroy Bud Light was doing it to destroy Bud Light. I think she genuinely thought she's in over her head. And she went, instead of looking like an idiot and asking people for help, I'm just going to fucking run with it and do something crazy.
Hi, this is Anthony Cumia.
Hello, I'm Gavin McInnes.
And together we're Compound Censored.
And we would like you to subscribe with this deal using this promo code right below me right now.
Do it, because it's very entertaining.
And then I'll just say I'm a revolutionary and you won't notice that I'm incompetent. So it's the same with Jaguar when they gayified it and they turned it into a dildo. And I think they sold in Europe something like 14 of those cars total. I believe BMW sold something like 37,000. 14? I mean, that's how many Ferraris were in Ye's driveway. You're the entire assembly line, one wrapper. So they decide to feminize the Louvre and they get a new head of security. And so these women, when they're in there, they go, I feel like I should be doing something. Please don't. So we got Dominique Buffin, 46 ans. She was hired as the first female security chief by Laurence Descartes, the museum's first female director. Thank you, Lawrence. So what do these bitches do? Of course she's accused of being a diversity hero. By the way, this is my problem with legacy media. I guess it was Daily News. I was wrong, but it wasn't in the New York Post. No, it was in the New York Post, wasn't it? I tweeted this just like recently. I'm going crazy. How could this have been yesterday's paper?
Right here, right?
It happened yesterday. Sacre bleu. And that is October 20th. So it was yesterday's news. But I thought it happened yesterday morning. I guess it must have happened Sunday morning? It happened at 9:30 a.m. So the paper was already delivered. I don't know if they can magically change it. Actually, that's exactly what I'm talking
zone.
about. The internet, you can magically add things and change, but print. So they put out this whole thing, and they don't mention the chick angle at all. It's offensive. It's dangerous. It could hurt people's feelings. It's controversial. Okay, but now you're not giving me the news. The news is, it is, I'm going to say 100%, but let's go New York Posty. 90%, this is all a DEI mistake. But you read the newspaper yesterday, which I read this morning, thinking it was today, and there's zero mention of that. And we see this too when the Tomahawk helicopter crashes in D.C. We know it's a chick. When there's a shooting and you don't tell us a name, we know the name is Muhammad. So, as I keep saying, the mainstream legacy media is so bland and watered down, it's just like a sports interview. We're out there giving 110%. You know, we had a rough season at the beginning, but we're hoping to get better. And I just love working with these guys. You know, great team, great vibe, great energy, and we're just going to go out there and give 110%. You didn't tell me anything at all. And that's what the news is doing now. This was a chick problem. And I'll repeat myself. They mask their incompetence with hubris. I sound like a sexist pig right now. But you're not hiring for meritocracy. That is blasphemous, by the way. God set up a system called nature. And if you follow nature, then you follow meritocracy. The best basketball player gets to be in the NBA. Are they all tall black guys? Pretty much. Oh, well, I can live with it. But no, they just hire their fucking friends. And their friends come up with retarded ideas. Go see if this is in the thread. So the initial cases that men invented were beautiful. Yeah, here we go. The theft of Napoleonic treasures. I can't read that. Yep. Blow it up a bit. The theft of Napoleonic treasures in the Louvre followed a change in the display cases in 2019. Before then, the Rococo display cases had armored glass, that's the one on the left, and if disturbed, the treasures would drop into a safe. They were later replaced by modern displays with normal glass. And how about the fact that these guys just roll up with a ladder? And no one, and this is a very male thing, no one has the balls to go, wait, who are you? What's going on here? See, these women are out of their breadth. They're out of their league. So they don't want to rock the boat. So they don't want to appear stupid by going, what's with the ladder? So they go, yeah, I know a ladder's there. They're doing construction. That's what happens. Why do they have little buzzsaws? Because they're doing repairs, dummy. You messed with God's plan, and you lost a bunch of crap. So I'm very happy with this. This is how it should go. But that brings us to feminism as a subject. This was an interesting article about the great feminization. And again, I hate to repeat myself, but I love women. I love women in their natural state. Being the head of security at the Louvre is not your natural state. That's a dumb DEI hire, kind of as a fuck you to the patriarchy. This is interesting, by the way. In 2019, I read an article about Larry Summers and Harvard that changed the way I look at the world. Click on that article, because that's my shit. The Day the Logic Died. Who is that? Is that Roger Stone?
That's Larry Summers from Harvard.
I know, but
think.
Thoughts of Stone, is that... Did he write this?
J. Stone, it says right here.
Oh, okay. Because I've always said that. I noticed things started getting hairy in 2005. And Larry Summers was the president of Harvard, and he said... Is it possible, this is interrogative, not affirmative, is it possible that women are underrepresented in STEM because it's just not really their bag? A woman, actually, go back to the other article, she probably explains all this. A woman started convulsing. Larry Summers had resigned, the entire woke era could be extrapolated from that moment. That's what I've always said. Someone stole that from me. Now, it took 10 years to really gain its stride. So it was a slow burn, but it all started with Larry Summers in 2005. And then when Trump got in 2015, boom, all the dynamite that had been laid out was ignited. And we all got canceled and went to jail and were killed. Like Proud Boys and Patriots were murdered. On January 6th, 2 women were murdered by DEI hires. And there was that kid, Jay Bishop, murdered by Antifa, shot in the head. The basic facts of Summers' case were familiar. Science engineering, Larry gave a talk, it's supposed to be off the record, and he said female underrepresentation in our science was partly due to no, he didn't say it was partly due. He said, is it possible that different availability of aptitude at the high end, as well as taste differences between men and women, not attributable to socialization? He posited the theory. Some female professors in attendance were offended and sent his remarks to a reporter in defiance of the off-the-record rule. I didn't know that part. The ensuing scandal led to a no-confidence vote by the Harvard faculty and Summers' resignation. So it wasn't just that the woman had canceled the president of Harvard. They did it in a very feminine way. They made emotional appeals rather than logical arguments. So he started talking about the innate differences. But did they have the part where she said she almost fainted? Because I remember there was one woman who, when he said it, she started like having convulsions. You know, women are not emotional. But she started having convulsions and was shaking. And she said she had to get up and get out of there because she was going to faint. Oh, there it is. I just couldn't breathe. Yeah, when he started talking about innate differences in aptitude men and women, I just couldn't breathe because this kind of bias makes me physically ill. As Ricky Gervais said, God created these beasts with the greatest brain that can design weapons to take down any creature. But as time goes by, they end up being scared of words. I think the speech here is linked in. It's 18 minutes. This is kind of boring way to start the show. But maybe you can look that up on your own time. Yeah. That's the woman who wrote it. She's not very sexy. And she hangs out with people who have shitty taste in ties. But you can look that up on your own time. And so we're in a weird situation where women are pretending to be men. Women make shitty men. At the same time, men have noticed that there's a war on masculinity. It's called toxic. That's the term, toxic masculinity. So they are sort of pretending to be women or homosexuals. I'm not using bad words because we're live. So there's some funny attacks on these guys and their performative masculinity. Go to 1.6. So this is how men, because men need to get laid. If women were into clowns, we'd all wear clown noses. If you want me to be a wimp and pretend that I'm polyamorous and queer, then by all means, that's me.
Claire. See you, Eliza. Get home safe now.
See you soon.
So fun seeing them. And the Butterfly Symposium, such a good idea.
And I'm really happy, by the way, this turned into like kind of a double date.
Oh, me too. So you got any fun plans tonight?
The usual, you know, just flip through the wheel to change a little bit, maybe grab like a Terra Milk bubble tea.
Okay, cool.
How about you?
Farmer's market. Just gotta pick up some cherries and endive.
Making like a little salad or
Snacks. I gotta host book club tonight. Michelle Obama's becoming.
book club?
Michelle, your place with me and some femme comrades, but I just host, I don't participate.
Holding space. Smart.
I'd ask you to come, but you know how it is. I do. I gotta upload a bunch of lace doily patterns to my Ravelry anyways.
Bro, get the fuck.
I mean, wow. Someone's thrifty and sensual. Proceeds go to my local women-owned second chance candle shop. Naturally. But I'm sure you find ways to give back too. Not like you. Except Wednesdays, I do hand out free iced matchas and horchatas at my all-gal co-op herb exchange at Bed-Stuy.
Man, shut the fuck.
This guy's so good.
I mean, wow. That's real community building.
It's just part of who I am now.
Cool, because I'm more of a Samantha Rising, cross-pollinated with the Marnie Moon.
Wow, so fun. I literally choose to shove my entire head in the bear from Annihilation's jaws than ever choose a man. I truly love this Bev. It's my fave.
Well, slurp it down, sis.
Decenter yourself. Decenter yourself.
Bro,
Have you ever tried those things?
Yeah, once.
I don't even get it.
I don't either.
I can't.
I can't
You
perform like
put
this
like
anymore, man.
wet,
It's okay, man. I
soggy
can't
fruit
I'm
in a
sorry.
straw.
I don't want to have to keep strolling around Nolita with Beat the Cowboy on vinyl in a wicker basket to meet a great girl. I just want to wear a non-cropped t-shirt and be forthcomingly manipulative. Like a normal guy. Hey, man, what do you say we just grab a beer? That'd be awesome. Hey, do you guys know where the... Oh my god, I love your charming clip. Hey, thanks. Gift from me. Oh, fuck you. Rose Girly Pop is with like a little Nazi incel. What the fuck? I love Sylvia Plath, by the way. Bye, guys.
Wow, that was very high quality. I hadn't seen that yet. We're familiar with that guy. And people, please stop sending me his videos. Yes, we covered him. He's very talented with the sprinkles here. You guys, you get locked into someone and you keep sending me their shit over and over again. Like Almost Friday. They're great. We've covered them. Then there's this Irish dude you keep sending me. The thing I don't get about this guy, I've watched all his videos. He's great. Very verbose and eloquent. But why do these people sit there and take this beating? This is the one part I don't get. Does he pay them $20?
Oh, this guy, yeah.
Performative males. Performative males cosplay bisexual to trick girls into thinking they drag race. But when we decode this simulation of queerness, we can see a botched nail job that only a straight man could ever pull off. These Claro whisperers, is it Claro? You do know. These Claro whisperers curate softness for the female gaze and use feminism to speedrun to the eat your patchouli stage. For these pseudo-sensitive male leads, love bombing is domestic terrorism, and these war criminals just figured out what the word gaslighting means. A military tactic they specialized in since before the 19-year-old they're texting on Snapchat was born.
Wait, stop.
To
This is
reveal
a
the
little
ar-
off topic, but speaking of gayification, you should hear my son's friends and how much they all talk about looks maxing.
Your middle.
Like 13 to 19, they go like this, like to strengthen their jaw lines and shit.
What's that called?
I think some of them buy makeup.
Oh.
And they use ChatGPT to rate their looks from low tier normie to like full blown Chad. 13-year-old boys are doing it.
Wow.
Just rating their own looks. And I'm like, when I was your age, we used to want to be as ugly as possible. It was funny. We weren't trying to be gorgeous. Anyway, go ahead.
art and conceal the art of war is their main strategy. So their art page on Instagram has 200 followers, and they wield tenderness like a dull blade that scratches the surface but never cuts deep, rehearsing lines that seem sincere to convince you that there might be someone worth saving underneath their costume. But be careful, they're definitely not wearing any underwear. Performative males believe in equality and a healthy work-life balance, so you'll just be typing your emails and it'll ask to go down on you, and then call it mutual aid because they don't know what the term means. They think geopolitics is a cool name for an indie sleaze band, because performative males are just radical enough to retweet the right ideas, and not enough to realise that they're shouting them over you. Okay, those were jokes. Now I'd like to move on to a structural analysis. Performative males could only ever exist in today's society. Social media hollows out dissent and turns it into aesthetics. Subcultures were originally collective forms of resistance, but when we all became consumers, identity became something you wear once and throw away, rather than something that lives inside you. So performative males are wearing symbols that got popularized on TikTok, because in a world of...
You get it. We're in trouble. I don't know. I'd see it as it all goes back to God. You know? Yeah. If you don't follow meritocracy, things are going to fall apart. And things are falling apart. Those guys pretending to be queer so they can get laid is just not right. You know what it could also be? Birth control. As we've explained on the show, thanks to Mercedes Carrera's research, when you are on the pill, you've told your body that you're pregnant. So it stops, releasing ovaries. It's like a computer virus in your reproductive system. So you think you're pregnant. What a pregnant woman want? They want a man around who's not going to fuck them. So they look for a brother type figure. Strong, reliable, cares about you, but totally not sexual. So they end up marrying these clowns who look like the guys we just saw. And then they go off birth control. And they want to get fucked by a real man. And they specifically talk about how he smells different now. So they end up with their brother. They're repulsed, disgusted. They either get divorced or they cheat. It's not working out, guys. This is not natural. I think that we could do a whole show on the dangers of birth control, too. I mean, I don't want my daughter getting pregnant, but I don't want her marrying some brother. I don't mean a black guy. Although that's also a concern. All right. How long have we been talking for? Maybe we should go. I want to do celebrities telling mundane stories.
Let's kick off the free.
All right. So we have a new feature on the show, folks, called Celebrities Telling
want to
Mundane.
tell the YouTubers we're kicking them?
Yeah, well,
Is that what you're doing? Okay, sorry.
we have a new segment here on the show where we've noticed that celebrities, people are so happy to have them on their show that no one disciplines them, kind of like women in the workforce, where you're just so happy to have them that you don't ask them to do anything like keep Jules secure and not destroy Bud Light with a raging... Oh, shoot, I said tranny. That's a bad word. Trans woman. Similarly, celebrities have just gotten away with murder when it comes to mundane stories. So we have a new feature we do every Tuesday called Celebrities Telling Mundane Stories. We have Gary Oldman's scarf here, Al Pacino getting a role in a movie, and much more. But you can't watch that because we're sneaking behind the paywall now. So I guess I'll say goodbye to you guys. And please check out my YouTube channel, Gavin_McInnes, which is the same as my Twitter. Please subscribe to both, and you won't miss out on any exciting news. But you will miss out on celebrities telling mundane stories. So goodbye, freeloaders. Get fired, get in trouble, be brave, and never stop fighting. Whoosh goes the papers.
All right.
And now we're going to get nice and mundane. Now, you have a few intros to this segment.
Yeah, where did these go? Let's see.
What? Shut up, bitch. All right, what are you doing?
I'm looking for the intro here.
There's been like 3 sent in.
Yeah.
Anyone will do.
Okay.
All right. Well, this is awkward. What's going on with you these days, Sean?
What? We got the song here.
Celebrities telling boring stories. Celebrities boring our ass off.
We got interesting.
Okay, that will have to do.
The other one, we need a new one that says mundane because we've switched it to mundane.
Not really.
Okay.
I just like that I can read it, and it says mundane. Oh, this is a great story. This guy looks familiar. I can't remember what I know him from. Oh, I think he's this guy. Yeah, he's this guy where he goes, come here. And then he zooms in. That's who I think he is.
All right.
Wait.
This guy?
Hold on a second. I got a problem.
Hello?
Did you leave already?
Yeah.
Well, we could have worked it out. There's a big stain on it?
There's food on it, yeah.
Oh, I didn't notice that. I mean, why black tie is for like a award ceremony.
Well, it's his senior photo. He's wearing a suit.
Yeah, this is a normal tie for a suit.
All right, you know he's going to complain.
Well, you can always come back and get something else.
No, his booking is, he's got to go there soon.
All right, bye. Oh, tie is pattern. My son is getting his senior photo right now. And she asked for a black tie, and I thought, no, I'm not doing that. But I guess there's a stain on it? Ah, shit. Okay, so that's the guy, right? Yeah.
I don't recognize him at all.
Yeah, he does this thing where he talks to the mirror and zooms in. So he got to meet Denzel Washington. And Denzel wants you to know he's 70 and he has bad knees. Okay. So let's check in on this insane. Can you imagine meeting Denzel? Wow. This is going to be a humdinger of a tale. What do you got?
was like, he's 70. I'm like, I know he's 70. They're like, no, he's 70. I'm like, okay, I get it. They're like, no, he says it. He walks in, he goes, hey, I'm 70. Literally, I'm like, my knee hurts a little bit. I'm gonna need a chair. And I'm like, all right. I was back home in San Diego. I was watching the Super Bowl. And they hit me and they're like, yo, if you can get to New York by 10 in the morning tomorrow, you can get in the room with Denzel. We can try to get some going. It's like, great. Took a red eye that night. I told my parents, like, I gotta go. Flew into New York. Didn't even sleep. I went straight over with my bag. And they're like, you need an idea for Denzel, you need an idea for Jake, and you need an idea for both of them just in case. I said, I got it. Let's do it. I told them, like, with Denzel, I was like, it's gonna take 3 minutes. So like, make it shorter. I said, it'll take 40 seconds. And they said, make it shorter. I said, it'll take 10 seconds. They're like, all right, cool. And so mind you, in my head, I'm like, we gotta make it work. And sadly, just because again, it's oppressive. It's just like
Stop. So it's coming up. All of this, we've been waiting for you to meet Denzel. And I guess by a thing with Jake, a thing with him is he does these little zoom ins with his phone and he's going to do one with them. Let's see what we got.
long day of just interview, and you're just getting it all done in that day.
Grueling.
And so mind you, they're trying to lump me in near the end, and I'm waiting. I'm like, all right, like, how do I explain this to him? Because no one's explained what we're doing. I got to explain to 70-year-old Denzel Washington.
I got a bad knee.
You know what I'm saying? I pulled up on him, and I think at the end of it, I realized, I'm like, I don't think this is end up going to happen the way I want to. So I shook his hand. I thanked him for how open he was with his answers, with the interviews themselves, how intentional they were. And I was like, look, man, like I had this little idea. I think we can do it. But he was already on go mode to go to the rehearsal. He had to bounce. I had to figure out how to meet with him again to do it. But that was probably the most intense situation.
I mean, that is one for the books.
That was the most intense situation.
That might be a world record for lame stories. And by the way, I'd be pissed off at whoever told me to get there for 10 a.m. And you did sleep on the plane. It's a 6-hour flight. You slept a little bit, not a lot. But I got to make this sign a bit bigger. This is bothering me here. Ho. So you went to meet Denzel Washington, but he was too busy to talk. Wow. Like, what a shitty... That's the worst story we've ever had on this segment. Let's check in on Al Pacino. So he got a job playing a guy in a movie. I had no idea.
She says to me, this is the truth. She says, Al, come here. I got something you're going to like. I said, yeah. She says, it's you. It's for you. You got to get back, buddy. You think you're an A guy. You're not on the A list. You're not on the A list, buddy. I said, okay. She said, here it is, Sea of Love. She gave me Sea of Love. And I did.
Never heard of it.
You know, Sea of Love, somebody else was into it. I won't mention that man. But somebody else wanted to do it. And I took Sea of Love. I said, well, she says, this is a good picture for you. I knew I had to work, you know. It did. I needed the money too. And then she says...
That's the story.
The caption on that says, in this fascinating discussion.
So earlier on in your career, an actress told you that you should do this movie, and you did. And it's a movie no one's ever heard of, Sea of Love. Like, not even Scent of a Woman, but even then, that story would be... I mean, you got like one of the reasons New Yorkers dress so much better than LA people is because LA people don't see anyone. So they go off at a tangent. But like even me with these pants, someone is going to go, what the fuck are you wearing? And I might go, maybe I shouldn't wear these pants. You get mocked regularly. And the next thing you know, you dress this well. We need to start doing that with celebrities. Like at the end of the Denzel thing, they should have said, so that's it? So you didn't meet him? No, he was really busy. Do you own the book rights to that story? That's a common one I do. Or my brother has a little badge on the back of his hat that says, did you die though? And when someone tells him a boring story, he just reverses his hat so it says it there. Like you need to punish shitty storytellers. What separates us from other creatures, as we discussed in the beginning with Ricky Gervais? Memes. Before memes meant a picture of Trump dumping human feces on protesters, it meant just talking, right? Communication. That's really the origin of meme, a way of telling a story that others can't do. And that's what separates us from chimps. If a chimp goes and gets attacked by a cheetah, he can't go back to their chimps and go, you know those giant cats with the dots? Yeah, bad news. Stay the fuck away from them. If you see one, climb a tree, go as high as you can. They're really bad. They don't have that. So they end up getting eaten by cheetahs again and again. It takes them a few thousand years to figure it out. With us, we have communication. So we go, cheetahs, stay away. Monkeys, hit or miss. Giraffes, pretty safe. Rhino, no. Next thing you know, we're safe. Or, hey, I did this thing the other day. I put meat over a fire. It was delicious. You should try it. Next thing you know, we've advanced. Now, someone tells you a story about being attacked by a cheetah. If they're eloquent and they can really convey it, now you survived a cheetah attack. So now we're sharing lived experiences. It's kind of what you do with social media when you hear these stories. So now I've never been to the jungle, but now I know what it's like to be attacked by a cheetah. So now I've lived more than my life. I'm 55, but with everyone else's stories, I'm hundreds of years old. That's what makes us better than all other animals. So when you tell a shitty story, you're actually being inhuman, and you are ruining the thing that makes us special. So fuck you for doing that. It's almost like a lion being a vegetarian or a hot chick being a lesbian. You're wasting our talent with your terrible fucking stories. Okay, here's a stinker. And this one, for some reason, got Gary to cry. Gary Oldman cries. He gave someone a scarf and they gave it back.
The most gorgeous scarf on that I'm admiring.
During a podcast, Gary Oldman was complimented on his scarf, but the host couldn't have imagined that behind it hid one of the most heartbreaking stories he had ever shared.
So the story goes, I did Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy with John Hurt. I adored John. I was
Who's John
big
Hurt
fan.
again?
I then caught up with him and he was doing Crap's Last Take. And I went backstage and one of the first things he said to me was, oh, I love your scarf. So I took it off, put it around his neck. I said, it's yours now. Anyway, earlier this year, I went back to York. I went back on stage and I did Crap's Last Take. Unwin, John's widow, came to see the play. We went to dinner and she said, I have something for you. And she gave me the scarf back. Oh, yeah, sweet. Really, really lovely, lovely thing. Lovely thing.
Gary.
Yeah, he's dead.
So if you enjoyed that clip,
then subscribe to Compound Censored using this promo code.